Majority Leader in the House of Parliament and MP for Ifutu. He's joined us on the line. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you. And good evening to you and your cherished listeners.
Good evening to you. For the people in your small village somewhere in the central region who did not get the opportunity to see this video we are talking about, I crave your indulgence to make you our correspondent today, because I've seen you being the one who came to walk Sylvester Tetteh out of the chamber. What was that about?
What is important is that as a family, we've managed to reconcile issues. And tomorrow, the caucus will crown it with a party. Coincidentally, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And we're going to show love to one another and demonstrate through brotherhood. We are one people. You may recall that during the presidential primaries, there were a few issues that cropped up, and we've been working hard at dealing with it. And today we had the opportunity of, having it in the bag. So we give glory to God for an opportunity like this, and as St. Francis of Assisi said, God, make me an instrument of your peace. He has indeed used party leadership to bring peace, and that's what is important.
You've been a very bad reporter, selective in reporting. You have not given me the genesis of the story, but you're giving me the conclusion. Many are curious to know why we saw the senior member of parliament, Ken Agyapong, attempting to assault physically.
And there was no assault.
I said attempting.
No, the word no. Mere preparation doesn't amount to an attempt.
That's why I said, okay, so intending.
Let me use...
If you're using attempt in a legal sense, let me use intent.
No, you know the difference between mere preparation and an attempt. You know that.
There was an intent, wasn't there? We saw the intent being manifested. We saw it being manifested in the...
Intent will suffice when there's an attempt. Mere preparation, the men will not be there, I beg you.
Okay, fine.
Unless if you want us to go to the classroom again, we'll go.
No, we are not going to the classroom. Let's just stay in the chamber.
But that's what you are trying to say, that there was an intent. Intent means that there was an attempt.
I'm not using intent in a legal sense, but in the in the English lexicon sense.
Meaning,
yes, in an ordinary meaning.
Then there was, you in the ordinary meaning of attempt, then there was no such intention then to assault. You cannot therefore say that it meant he wanted to assault. There was no such thing. What is important is my rather, as you call it, bad reportage. But be that as it may, it's okay. The party has elections in December. We are done with all internal elections, 98, 99%. We need to be united as a party. As John once said, fear delegates. In elections, all manner of things happen. Today, we've been able to deal with it finally. We brought a finality to it. Tomorrow, we've all agreed that Honorable Ken Agyapong is going to sponsor the party. He has released money. The caterers are at work. We are going to have breakfast at 9 a.m. Not a proper English breakfast, but it is a Ghanaian breakfast where we're going to have fufu, bangkong, wache, rice, and all. We are all going to feast, eat together.
So that's what's going to happen tomorrow. But I still insist that let's lay the foundation like Dr. Bawumia did before delivering on his vision statement at the last event he did, which you were at.
But that is Dr. Bawumia.
But you were there to support him.
Afenyo-Markin. Dr. Bawumia is a presidential candidate. I am a deputy leader, and I'm interested in the outcome.
And a potential running mate. So you kept referring to...
I beg you, please, I beg you. Let's stay in this our little question.
I said potential. That one you would allow.
Please, withdraw. I beg you.
Okay, possible.
No. Remove that one. Don't let's get into that arena completely. Let's get out of that arena. I beg you.
Why is the man not accepting? Why is the man not accepting the high office?
I beg you, please, let's get out of that place.
I'm out.
Let's get out
But
of that
I
Thank
realized
you
you
very
kept
much.
referring to your upcoming election. You kept referring to the just ended primaries. Am I to understand then that the disagreement, verbal disagreement that we saw between the two MPs had to do with the just ended primaries?
Honorable Ken Agyapong has been a godfather to many of the MPs. He's a very affable character. He's a man without ego. All right. And today when we met, he said, look, his love for his colleagues and in Tina, Bidia na eshin staan. Na the only omoti yedi bom yedi nkomona German kitchen bi nkoyi internet ni bi is okay. We je Bidia manaka. These were his words. Etina yenye party. And we also teased him that you want to be president. I think I will announce it. As official or announcing it be an better until the late. But every time Bawuzi are taking over the boys, But tomorrow is going to be a homecoming for his own boys. That okay, come back, it's okay. We are together. Now it's Bawuzi's time. Let us all go back in and then sort this matter out,
Indeed, we saw the videos and photos of you making them smoke the peace pipe somewhere in one of the, I think it was in your office somewhere there. And so there's a party tomorrow, even though you're not inviting the generality of MPP folks to come for the party. You are going to celebrate alone. It's okay. It's okay. Go and enjoy alone. But
Honorable Ken has a lot of children in the party. He has a lot of friends. He's made a lot of party boys and party girls his own. And this is part of the broader reconciliation move.
Okay.
We're starting with his own colleagues in the party and in Parliament. After that, effort will be made. I mean, we've not slept on this matter. Various individuals are doing what they can. And he has his love for the party. We are human. Sometimes we can be a bit emotional when things hurt us. It's part of life. And the good thing is that when it gets to a point, we know that, look, this thing, we can continue that way. We say, okay, let it go. A counselor once told me, live it. If you live it, you help your own immune system. You help your own mental health. You are at peace. You can sleep well without medication because you've managed to forgive. And this is our political business. It is the only business somebody you love so much can really hurt you. And that is politics for you. It is when the die is cast that you truly see your enemy and your friend. All right? But all in all, you not to take it to heart. When these things happen, you let go of it and you move on. And I think he's taking a very bold step. And other colleagues have also taken a very bold step. That look, it is the party, the elephant, the MPP, and that is what we need.
Okay.
And I don't want to take the wind out of his sail. Tomorrow at the reconciliatory party, which he is sponsoring, he's made some commitment, and I'm sure I will not open it to the media, but I'm sure at the appropriate time the media will be updated with the outcome of it.
Very well. You lost almost 30 of your colleagues to the primaries. As a leader of the House, and I'm hearing somewhere that you're soon going to be the main leader, not the deputy. How are you going to ensure that they come to the chamber knowing that they have no business to do? They have been sent home by their party delegates, and they could be happy cooling off somewhere. How are you going to ensure that the House works, considering your numbers are very close?
First of all, I'm not the leader of the House. I'm the deputy leader of the House. We are yet to meet as leadership to look at various matters before us. I'm sure that when the leadership meets to discuss some of the issues you are bringing to my attention, which I already know about, leadership would brief the media if need be on some of the steps it's taken. We are 5 in leadership, and we have extended leadership, which includes the deputy speakers and the chair of various committees. We are forming committees, so when we're done, I'm sure that that's one major thing that the leader of the caucus would table for all of us to discuss. And we've not even had the opportunity to meet as a caucus to deal with some of these things. So I think it's a matter of a collective step.
Okay.
And I can't unilaterally say, this is what I'm going to do or that.
Okay. Finally, one of the most controversial bills you have before you has to do with the anti-LGBTQ bill. We've seen publications suggesting that you are opposed to persons who engage in that act being jailed. Can you expatiate more on what your position was on that matter when the issue came up?
Well, first of all, I commend the sponsors of the bill for their industry, the fact that they really wanted to echo our Ghanaian family value system, and they've championed this all through. I also appreciate the debate where all parties have expressed views on the way forward. Yes, I support aspects of the bill. I oppose aspects of it. I'm not against the principle, the object of the bill. Now, to your specific question, in this day and age where the country's judiciary thinking is towards a non-custodial sentence, we cannot enact a law that seeks to entrench custodial sentence. After all, it's about somebody's sexuality. And we have to be very careful as a country not to be drawn into emotions when enacting a law. First of all, from an empathetic point of view, if it is your son, if it is your daughter, if it is your niece, your nephew, an uncle, an auntie, would you say that go to jail because you have been found guilty of homosexuality? A country like Ghana, where people sometimes can go to the extreme of taking the law into their own hands. When you are with good intent, you are formulating a law, you have to be very careful and think outside the box and look at all these fallouts. As a practitioner of the law, I saw a lot. As a law student, when we visited in Sawom as part of our studies, we heard stories. And I think we have documentaries out there, what people experience in the prisons. I do not think that imprisoning somebody for even a single day will be a solution to the problem. I have therefore put forward my own proposal, non-custodial sentencing proposal, as by way of amendment. I've made proposals for a post-conviction sentencing, which would include mandatory counseling. And in my proposal, I have proposed a committee composition of a chief, an opinion leader, an imam, or a member of the clergy, a clinical psychologist to help. So that is one. I've proposed for community service and all. Then, of course, there's an aspect of a fine which is already in the bill. So we can look at all of these. The aim is help the person to be reintegrated into society. The aim is to help the person to reform and to say that, look, these are Ghanaian family values. Don't do this, don't do that. But if we say we throw them into Nsawam prison, we take them to Winneba prison, we take them to Sekani prison, Tamale prison, Koforidua prison, Keta prison, or whatever, there, they risk being sodomized. And even in the mighty United States, where people who have same-sex orientation but have committed other crimes and find themselves in prison, we know their stories. So we have to be careful And I think that to solve this, we need to take away our emotion. There should be no grandstanding and discuss it, and not to, go the Ugandan way. I don't think that the Ugandan way is a solution.
If you are intending to criminalize the acts, then it would suffice. It would be reasonable for people to expect that for a criminal conduct, custodial sentence should be imposed. So if you look at the Criminal Act, Criminal and Other Offences Act, a lot of crimes there have custodial sentences. Why should this one be different? Is it because
no? But there is a community service bill that the AG is bringing. Now, if you had paid, if you had listened to my earlier point, I emphasize that our judiciary is shifted or has shifted from the strict custodial sentence regime to a non-custodial sentence regime. And we've had a lot of public discourse on this as a country. The thinking in our judiciary now is to do away with custodial sentence, especially on matters of misdemeanor.
And that's where your inspiration comes from. Okay. Moving forward, this bill itself, what's the status? Has it been approved by the House generally and ready for waiting presidential assent, or you still have some eyes to dot?
The bill is still in the House. But we have not gotten anywhere. We are still here. It's still being worked on.
Okay. How soon before it finishes? Any ideas?
No comment on that.
Very well. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you.
That's Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin, his Deputy Majority Leader, and MP for